I've finally cooled off enough I can come out and do some weeding on my day off. Figured I'd do a little quick garden update. I've picked one little tiny Mr. Stripey off of this plant, but I've got a bunch getting ready to come on, or ripen up. I've picked one Brandywine off of this one, and I've got another about to be ready. So these two tomato plants, they are in self-wicking containers with carrots. I've got carrots in all my tomatoes, but this one has a water reservoir at the bottom. Both of these do. These two do not. They're just regular pots with holes in the bottom of them, and these do not get near as much sun. I'd say they get about 2 to 3 hours less of sun per day, this one being the least of all. And they're growing very well, but they're not producing quite like the other one. This Brandywine's got a couple on it, and then this one, Mr. Stripey, has several on it, but they're not, you can tell they're not getting as ripe as quick or coming on as quick. And I'm not getting a lot of flowers. Our heat probably killed most of them. I got some here. Maybe they'll start to come back. These are the Harvest Moon potatoes. I think I'm right at 100 days with these. These I'm just going to let go until they die off, and then pick them for eating because I've already got plenty of seed starters for the fall. Same with these. These are my red Pontiacs. I might replant some of these this fall, but they're easy enough to buy at my local feed store, so yeah, might just get those next time. My Tropicana variant of canna lilies are coming up nicely. I think I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like now 7 that came up. This is the first year of those in that pot, so I'm really happy about that. Blackberry mother is coming along. It's got some berries. I'll probably keep this one in the container. It's also a wicking container. I'll probably just keep this one for there. I need to, the heat, I have not mowed the side yard, the old garden, so it's kind of hard to see my blackberries that I planted along there, but in the next video. Harvested all my black Nebula carrots and processed those. My red onions are doing pretty good. I pulled a couple that were smaller while I was weeding. They're not much bigger than the starts. I bet they were fairly small starts to begin with. But I do have some that are chugging right along. You can see them. I've got one that's flowering. This one. Hopefully I'll get some seed from it. But they're doing pretty good. The hostas are flowering, which is always nice. I have a blackberry that keeps trying to pop up in this pot that had planted its, maybe those aren't blackberry. One of the stems from the blackberry mother last year had buried itself in that pot, so I dug up a root out of there when I transplanted it around the fence, and it still keeps trying to grow. I'll show you the one in the greenhouse here in a minute. And here is my Candy Pops mint, which is not flowering yet, but I probably need to harvest some of it. My sunflowers are finally starting to open, and some of the stalks have multiple heads and some do not. These are all supposed to be the, I'm not going to remember the name, but the black oil sunflower seed. So they're not the mammoths. And my little peppers, time to harvest some peppers. Still can't remember what these ones are called, but they're ready. And then I've got some of my Chinese 5 colors. I'll probably pick the red and orange one. These are purple cayennes. So those are ready. And then something ate that one. Some more Chinese 5-color, more of the ones I don't remember. This plant, while cool, starting off, was all purple. But now I was gonna clone it to see if I could keep it purple, but it's all grown back green on the new growth, so to hell with it. More of the Chinese 5-color and the unnamed one. The cayennes really haven't been producing all that much. all that's just straw, wheat straw that's come up from the straw I put down as a cover. I figured I'd just let it grow because it'll help break up some of that clay-based topsoil that I got for this bed earlier this year. Let's see what's next. We'll go in the greenhouse. So these are the potatoes that I harvested. 2 new beds that I got from work. Here is the Black Nebula carrot bed that I harvested. These are more of the Harvest Moon potatoes, which I'm going to let these die off because I'm going to plant something different in this for fall. And then my grapes, which is the main point of this video. So these were supposed to be the Black Corinth, or what they call champagne grapes. You can even see the tag still on it. See? 2-year champagne. And those are not the champagne grapes. Or the Black Corinths, whatever. I like Black Corinth better. So these are the Concord. These are my seedless Concord. What I call blueberry, or what the strain's call blueberry. These were supposed to be the blueberry grape. These are the tags that I got from the distributor. They put the tags on the wrong plants. So I built this whole greenhouse for this vine, for this type of grape, because it is a Mediterranean and is a zone 7 or higher. Well, those are the Black Corinth grapes. So they mislabeled them. So I needlessly built that for a Concord grape that has no problem surviving in my temperature here. But thankfully this one survived, so maybe it'll work out. I don't know. I'll have to decide whether or not I want to pull this one and restart it in here and swap these out, or what I want to do. I don't know. That's a lot of hassle and a couple years of growing. So we'll see after I get the harvest what I want to do. Because this one doesn't get much sun until the summer. Kind of late spring, early summer. And it didn't really produce a lot this year. So we'll see. Other than that, pretty happy with the garden season this year. I have not really fertilized anything since I planted them. I think maybe I hit everything with just a general purpose fertilizer a couple months ago, but I haven't fertilized anything else. I try to just make good soil, and then I don't have to fertilize or use any chemical or even organic fertilizer. Just make good soil. You don't need it. That's it. I just realized I haven't given an update on my fruit trees in a while. So I did not spray them this year, so especially my peach tree got a lot of the, I can't remember the name of the fungus, leaf curl fungus. So these trees have not really produced much over the past few years. I think this is the 5th year since I planted them. I've eaten, let's see, off this little tiny tree that barely gets any sun and didn't grow. I got, I think 1 or 2 pears last year. And then I got maybe 1 peach that I was able to eat last year. The squirrels have been decimating them, but I just really haven't got any fruit. Maybe that was the year before. I think last year it frosted and killed all the fruit. But this year they finally started to produce. So I can't remember what type of pear these two pear trees are, but I've got plenty. I think maybe 5 or 6 on this little tiny tree. Come down here and look at the other pear tree. This is the first year I've gotten any fruit on this pear at all. Let's see, I've got a few there. And then some along this branch. These were the only 2 branches that flowered this year for some reason. So, and let's go back to the peach tree. I believe this is a white princess. It's a white peach. So, leaf curl hit it pretty hard. I did get copper sulfate to spray it this fall after the leaves drop and in the spring. But there's quite a few on here. There was more, but squirrels knocked some off. And then let's move to the nectarine. I can't remember what type of nectarine this is, but this tree is just loaded, absolutely loaded. I'm shocked at how many, even with all the leaf curl damage. I've been going through and finding some that have damage on them and pulling them off the tree, but they just keep getting bigger and bigger now that it's hot. There's one that's damaged. Let's see. I'm really happy about this. I was getting to the point that if they didn't produce this year, I may have cut them out. So maybe they got the hint and finally did their job. But just look at that branch. I don't fertilize these or do anything to them. I don't water them. It's just trees. Just shocked at how many nectarines I'm gonna have. Hopefully something doesn't happen before it's harvest time. So I got my Panda film. So my greenhouse is now 2/3 blocked, basically. There's still plenty enough sun that gets through this little segment here that for the aquaponics system, and from the south side still gets plenty of light. But if you don't know what Panda film is, it is a pretty thick mill plastic that is, as you can see, white on the outside, or white on one side and black on the other. There's the black. This should provide plenty of full day shade for my catfish, and also help reflect some of the sunlight off, so hopefully it won't get as hot in the greenhouse. And here's a better look at the Panda film. White on one side, black on the other, hence the name Panda film. That's it.